Wells only and his guests are not responsible for any losses you may accrue for having weak hands. Where the haters at? Y'all bitches still ain't showed up. And now, right, we got Hex, flawless uptime. People thought this was a joke. Now they're mad at the chart. This is Whales Only. Glad you guys can make it out. I'm making some claims that are pretty outlandish, but I can back them up. Boom. End of story. There is no other crypto out there, so don't get it twisted. If you don't understand where you're parking your money, you're gonna pay the consequences for that, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. Boom. We're obliterating everybody, literally. There is nobody else that comes close to what Hex has done. Boom. Oh, it's about to get funky. Funkier than you could have ever imagined. You know, Richard Hart is a boss. Hex is literally the best thing on the planet. It's simple mathematics. Right? The reality is that I want to be rich as fuck. There's only one way to be rich as fuck. That's by sitting on your ass the longest. Yep. That's it. Yep. That's the secret. The guy well told you. Richard done told you. I done told you. Kareem done told you. Maddie done told you. Everybody done told you. Everybody done told you. Shit, motherfuckers still acting like they don't know. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
100% safe. There's plenty of games left.
Valiant done told you. Yo, everybody said it. Man, hey, you know what it is, man? Everybody done told you. Y'all's deep. Everybody. My God. Hex Asians, bro. Everybody. Australians, man. Everybody gets me. Yo, when is it told you? Dollar told you. Everybody done told you. It's crazy. Yo, what up, everybody out there in Twitter land and YouTube verse and whatever else is out there.
Hexland,
Hexico. There you go. I forgot what it was called. Long morning. Psych. Just playing. So it's been a weird. Yesterday was a weird day, at least for me, because I always try to avoid listening to these pointless debates that are that he has, because they're really pointless. Yeah. Why are they pointless? Well, they're pointless because the people that are there are there because they're paid to be there, right? Mm-hmm. This is the stuff that, you know, we've been talking about for a long time. I keep alluding to it, and I don't know how it's not obvious by now, but these people have no interest in the space, in anything. They're just paid mouthpieces, because no matter what RE says, they have nothing to say. Nothing. I mean, are we not realizing that? They literally don't have anything to say.
It's a difficult one for me. I kind of, you know, I kind of feel that I'm competent to speak on that. Like, not competent on Bitcoin in a technical sense as much as Richard is, or possibly Tone Vase is, but I'm just,
man. Seriously.
I'm just like observing people and want to. That's what I do. You know me. I'm trying to read into things and trying to figure out why people say what and what is this and what is that. And I have been listening off and on to Tone Vase as long as I've been listening to Richard. So I kind of understand his angle a little bit, where he's coming from. Now, I don't adopt anything that he's saying. I'm not. He's clearly promoting leverage trading, and he's selling his indicators, and he used to sell his trading courses and stuff. has referral links left, right, and center on his homepage to BitMEX, which I just read earlier that apparently it's been taken down or something.
Yeah.
So he's been promoting the trading side of things because he's been working on Wall Street for years and years and years, and has been an early participant in the Bitcoin space.
Wait,
But
who was on Wall Street?
he was like since the late
Tom
90s. He's been
Tom
Tone
Vase?
Vase. He's been working
That
on.
gotta be a fucking lie.
Oh, you must have met him in the cantina.
No, he doesn't. He does not speak a lick of anything at
See,
all that signifies that he knows anything financial. So
it's
that's
his story
bullshit.
that he's since the
Yeah,
late
well, that's a
90s.
lie.
Apparently, for 10, 20 years, he's been trading on Wall Street.
That's a lie.
So
That motherfucker lying. He don't know nothing.
all
He
right.
doesn't even speak the language.
His thing is though. So again, just to explain. So I'm not following anything that he says, but
Sure,
he
sure, sure.
gave me a bit of a bit of an inside view on how the crypto market performs, and he had some good short-term, good calls, and just on the Bitcoin chart alone, and he helped me to understand. I think Hex Tangent, he said this before about Tunvei, like what are triangles and certain chart specifics. So he has a way, like a bit of an entertaining way sometimes to kind of explain these things. But where he goes wrong is that he is like he's not updating his worldview. Like he's 100% on Bitcoin, but then goes into these spaces, goes into debates um, about discussing something like Hex with never having spent one single hour doing the tiniest bit of research on what Hex actually is, or let alone what the intricacies of Ethereum are. But it's quick to call everything outside of Bitcoin shit and garbage. And many things are in the crypto space, but I think that is where it gets a bit foul. That, like, if you want to disrespect Hex, you have to know what you're talking about. Otherwise you should not engage in that kind of debate. And then especially when you come across somebody like Richard, who has been similar as tone, being pro Bitcoin maxi in the years up until 2018, but now he has updated his worldview. He sees the advantages of an Ethereum and has built his own token now. Took very long time to build a solid product. I'm not calling it product on Ethereum. He is way more knowledgeable in that whole field, if you see what I mean.
I don't see any knowledge that that dude has, so I don't see it. Sorry. I don't see any knowledge that anybody opposite of Richard Hart has. I don't hear it.
Hmm.
Like, it's not like I don't know what the conversation is, right? Like, I'm just as knowledgeable. So when I'm listening, I don't hear anything from the other side. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter who's talking. Because now I'm specifically talking about the five clowns that were getting shellacked, not even just duh man.
Hmm. Dumb man.
So I don't hear any of this so-called experience, knowledge, all this crap that you're talking about. I don't hear any of it anywhere on that side. All I
Hmm.
hear is the same crap that everybody else parrots. Now, if I want to hear a fucking parrot, I'll go to the pet store, bro. I'm not gonna go on Twitter Spaces.
I mean, Tone can explain Bitcoin,
No, bro, he cannot.
and he can explain day
No, he can't.
trading
No, he can't.
tactics.
No, he can't. Maybe
Hmm.
to you because
Yeah.
you're a novice, but he cannot.
Yes.
So this is the gap. You got to realize when you're hearing bullshit. If somebody's wrong about one thing, bro, and they
Hmm.
stick to that thing, you got to let them fucking go. They are not a person of respect. They don't respect themselves. How can you sit here and speak about this guy with any respect when he doesn't respect himself? Wake up. Stop doing him the fucking favor.
Hmm.
Because
I'm
that's what
just
you're
trying to
doing.
explain his angle. I'm not
He
like
doesn't have one.
I'm
That's
not
my point.
saying he's fantastic or something.
No, no, no. I know that.
I'm
But
just explaining
you shouldn't
where he's
even
coming
give
from.
him an angle because he doesn't have one. The whole point is cryptocurrency. Dumb fools can't even talk about cryptocurrency. They don't even know that Bitcoin is not a cryptocurrency.
Hmm.
They don't even know what Ethereum is. They don't even know what Bitcoin is. So what semblance of respect or angle do they even have? Zero. But you got to be knowledgeable yourself to understand that. And that's part and parcel the big issue.
Mm.
Because why do people in this community even show up to listen to this crap?
Well, because Richard is there, and you want to
Okay,
see
well, so what?
how he fares in that
So
debate.
what? Man, come on. Really?
Yeah, that's why.
No,
Well,
let's be
we were
honest.
listening to it. No,
Man, I was
I was
there
at
by
the gym
force.
yesterday.
I
I had
was there by
my
force.
earbuds in.
I didn't even want to listen to that crap. There's nothing to listen to. A bunch of morons not replying. That's what you're listening to.
Yeah, that's true.
You're damn right that's true.
That's true. And these other four guys, I don't even know much about
Cares.
them, or
They
and
added
I felt their way of arguing was
what
just
value did they add?
zero. Yeah, I couldn't get anything there. And with Tone, I because I
You're
know
just familiar
him
with him.
from the streaming. I kind of get his everything outside of Bitcoin is terrible. That's his, and he wouldn't even, again, take just a minute to look into it deeper, and then he might actually discover something there, but he wouldn't give it the time of day. So that's why, again, the conversation about Hex is pointless with him.
Bro, every conversation is pointless with that guy. That's why I'm trying to tell you, what angle are you trying to give him? He don't have one.
Mm.
That guy must be paid to say the same crap over and over, just like the rest of the public Bitcoin maxis, because they all are parrots.
Yeah,
They're not saying anything. They're not adding any value. They're not educating anybody. They're not trying to onboard anybody into crypto. All they say is, I don't care. I don't care. Everything else is trash but Bitcoin.
yeah.
That's not an argument. That's not an angle. That's just straight lying and selling your point of view and not having a debate whatsoever. So, what are people listening to when they go attend these spaces? When they listen to these fools and tune into their streams, when they put on their podcast? What are people getting? Who are the people listening to this shit? A bunch
Well,
of morons.
they get wrecked.
Of course they get wrecked. And
Yeah.
what happens? They continue listening to that crap. And that's why they continue to get wrecked. Are those the kind of people we want? No, we don't need them. Because they're not even trying to learn. Because you know what? People that walk into a wall repeatedly typically make a fucking turn at some point to not keep walking into that wall, right?
Yeah, but maybe Richard wants to try
Bro,
to
there's
save
no
them.
buts, man. There's no buts. There's no
Don't
saving
save
anybody.
him. He
There's
don't
no
want to be
saving
saved.
There's no saving anybody. Think about it. How do you continue to listen to people that don't add any value to your existence whatsoever? I would be shocked if people kept coming to listen to me ramble about anything if all I did was talk out of my ass.
No, I can seriously say I stopped listening to him when Hex took off, and when I got busy with my own streaming and all of that stuff. Then I left that aside because yes, I wasn't learning anything new there. But in 2017-18, that was your gateway drug into crypto.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
get it.
you came in. You listened to the Crypto Lark and the Ivan on Tex and all these guys, and they're shilling the next shitcoin of the day, and then eventually you stumble across Tone Vase and Jimmy Song and these people portraying the other side, but still promoting day trading and leverage trading. And then I just read, before we started the stream, I just read the interview with the founder of the Three Arrows Capital, because they got stopped in Dubai, and they gave a press statement from their view how that whole debacle came about. And it's clearly in the article that they used, that's what it sounds to me, that they used customer funds, or where we always say don't invest what you cannot afford to lose. So they clearly took things that weren't even theirs and went leverage long in the market because they thought 100k Bitcoin is next or whatever. And then that whole Terra Luna debacle, and at the same time Bitcoin dropping, and they got stopped in their tracks and liquidated, and the whole thing fell down like a house of cards, which is the stuff in a way that Tone and them are promoting. So
in a way, 100% is what they're promoting.
yes, sir. But
100%.
Takes a bit of experience, I want to say, to see through that. And
of course, if
and
you're
realize
new, you're not gonna have a clue, and that's
Yes.
why I go so hard and I smack down people that try to say that there's something to gain from listening to those fools. There's nothing to gain. There's no value to be had. And all you're going to do is run into fucking problems by even putting that crap on.
Yeah.
Because what happens is your brain starts to absorb that nonsense, whether you realize it or not, because that's how our brains work. They're sponges. So you're better served not even acting like them fools exist. How is Richard gonna step his debate angle up if he keeps debating a wall?
So what do you think was his motivation to engage that?
I don't know what his motivation was. I mean, the dude showed up an hour late. Maybe he did it because he felt like he had to do it because a bunch of Hexicans were gonna be there. I don't know. I can't
But
tell you what's in his mind.
when
All I
we
can tell
knew
you is it's
before they
definitely a waste of his time.
even opened their mouths what they are going to say, like,
Of course we know.
clear as day.
Yeah. Look, I don't honestly believe RH wasting his time talking to a wall for an hour is doing anybody any favors outside of the fools that haven't learned to listen to reality yet. Because whoever's listening to these people like getting wrecked, and you're not gonna save them. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not gonna save them. Not Richard Hart. Nobody. Period. You're not gonna save them, and that's true. That ain't a fact. That's not an opinion. And thank you guys for the super chats. Let's see. I listened to watch a gladiator destroy everyone thrown in to fight him, then watch him rip the head off the emperor and rule in this. Sure. Again, we already know that's how it's gonna end. So,
Yeah, that's how it's going to go.
yeah,
And that's how it went, literally.
and that's how it went. So, wash, rinse, repeat. Next is not anything new. And that's not adding value to RH's status or anything. Because guess what? Who's on the front pages of all things crypto? Who? Not RH.
No, those guys.
Those clowns that you are supporting and giving clicks to, even though they don't even give a rat's ass about crypto, let alone Bitcoin, because they clearly don't know anything about Bitcoin. But I'm just talking about crypto. They don't care about crypto. They simply do not. And they prove it every single time they open their mouth. Every time they type a tweet. Every time they just exist. It's evident that them fools are paid mouthpieces.
Yeah, it's their bag. That's how they get paid. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. They're not making any investments. They're not doing anything. All they're doing is getting you to click on their crap so their numbers look good to their algos and they can justify their existence. So, something to think about if you still support any of those losers. And I don't care if you're a Hexican or not. You are part of the problem. Fact, not opinion. Because what's happening is you're incentivizing the clowns paying those fuck faces to keep paying them. You ain't parking lot pimping with no car, homie.
Oh, man.
That's where we're at, right? People think that showing up to watch Richard destroy these guys is doing us a favor, and it's not. It's doing them a favor because you're just pumping their numbers. And they even talked about it after he got off. They shit talked them, called him a scammer, pretended to talk about Hex when they know nothing about it. And then after all that was said and done, what did they do?
That's one thing I wanted to say. That like clearly shows their expertise on the matter because
bro, they got no expertise on any matter. That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. Like when Hex came out and then the first 2 months or whatever, I kind of get that you want to try and go and call it a scam. But now we're come November, December, we're 3 years in. Where are the victims? Where is?
I'm still waiting, man.
Okay, you might have bought the top, which is unfortunate, but if you're staked, you're still good, and that's the way how it's supposed to run. But you may be down on your initial investment, but that too shall pass. Nothing has rocked, nothing has changed. The OA still hasn't sold, nothing at all. If at all, we have been growing numbers of stakers, numbers of streams, everything. Pull chain coming up. It's the world is our oyster, so to speak, but everything around us is falling down.
Correct.
Luna.
Every single thing. Every single
I
thing
don't
that
even
is
want to
not
list
real
them, but it's
crypto.
been like Celsius. It's been like crazy the last 10 minutes. All
Yeah.
these things that those guys have been
Promoting.
promoting. There, it's easier to show victims,
Outside of Hex than any
anybody that got
single.
wrecked on Tone Vases referring to Bitmax,
Yep.
than somebody that got wrecked in Hex. I don't know anyone. So,
I mean, it's 100% true.
you know,
Who out here is getting scammed with? Nobody. So that settles itself because Hex doesn't trade on exchanges.
yeah. And it's the most transparent trading pair. You see, when a million Hex gets sold on the market, we even know which wallet that is. Like,
Immediately.
like you don't know if somebody inside Binance wash trades 10,000 Bitcoin or whatever. You don't know who that is or how that wallet has behaved before. Is that a regular seller or is that a day trader, whatever? We see all that stuff in Hex, and it's the most transparent thing. And still we get called the scams.
Mm.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? What I realized yesterday is that RH showing up to these
Mhm,
so-called debates, what does
mhm.
it actually do? What does it actually do? All it does is open up the floor for the scammers to call the one guy that's not in with the crew a scammer. That's all it does. Because for all the days of nonstop operation that Hex has, there is not one single instance in which
Mhm.
these individuals have relayed a single iota of evidence to support any of their false and baseless claims.
Yes, yes.
I mean, I was in that. I never go into a Twitter space. I was in there for over an hour waiting to be allowed to speak. Did you
Oh,
think they
you
let
was on
me?
there.
Did you
Oh,
think
okay.
they let me? Did you
No,
think they
no,
let me? Of course,
no.
fucking not.
Of course not.
Of course not. You better believe they looked at that follower count and said, "Oh no, we're not letting this guy talk." They was letting other motherfuckers talk, but not me.
Mm,
Now, I'm not RH. The people that weren't talking were RH. When they were talking about Hex, everything they said was factually incorrect,
yes.
but yet
Everything.
everything. But yet people continue to show up to listen to anything that they have to say. And
Mm.
and and then on top of that, everything that they say is factually incorrect and they lie to people in their faces.
They even said, don't sit here and pretend you haven't sold Hex
No,
on
all
you
they
on
do
your
is lie
followers or
and
something.
slander. All they do
When
is
we
lie.
all know that the OA has, if that's even him, the OA has never
I
sold
mean,
a
all
single
they do is
single
lobby
coin.
accusations. All they do is lobby accusations. Call
Mm,
him a scammer. I mean, if anything, maybe what he's doing is setting these guys up to take him to court because all they do is lie on record,
mm, mm.
and they're on record now for lying repeatedly over and over and over.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he's doing because there's an hour's worth of lies there. So maybe continue. I don't know. I'd love to know, but damn, it's getting aggravating for me to have to see this guy wasting his time with these morons. Like, yo, I'd rather him go take a bath in the tub and wash his fucking jeans again. Better use of his time. Straight up.
Like in the hotel bathtub.
Like in the hotel. Better use of his time. Straight
Yeah.
up. Go buy a fucking yacht. Go do something productive with your time. Because
Or is it like just a deep sea that he's doing it for fun and the fame or whatever, that it's like a,
yo, look,
huh?
I don't
Like a
know what fun
deep-seated
there is there.
rivalry?
Rivalry, man.
Yeah,
He
because they
wipes the floor with them there is no rivalry. They can't even have a conversation because they're not even in the same. They're not even using the same language.
yeah, and it was five against one,
And it
like
was 5 against 1.
that's a tough gig
Come on,
from the gate. But no, I'm just thinking back because in 2017, 18, he was
yeah,
arguing with
yeah,
them just
I
about
get it.
Bitcoin, and
hmm
and and
hmm
some of them were on the other side of him when it was about the block size space. Do we increase that? Do we not? And so, and back then there was fallout. the whole Bitcoin community is split in 3-4 factions, and maybe that still roots from those times because they were all involved back then, I guess.
I think
That
that's
is
and
still an old rivalry of that,
I
who's
think
right and
that's you
who's wrong or
thinking. I
whatever.
think that's you thinking. What's the term?
Thinking too much.
No, not thinking too much, but thinking too positively of the other side. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Like you're being too much of an adult about this. You're not thinking like them.
Yeah, okay.
That's kind of what I mean because again, what do their actions show us? The
Well, I'm trying to
actions.
be professional. Like I know
I
where I
know.
stand, but
I
I'm
know
still
what you're trying to
trying to analyze the other who or whatever is on the other side,
do.
what their motives
Yeah.
are,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
No, I get it. I get it. And I got to tell you, I'm kind of good in this aspect of reading people.
Mhm.
And rarely am I incorrect. Not to say I'm 100% correct all the time, but
No, I hear you.
out here in these streets, you got to read people for a living.
Yeah.
And what I get from these fools is that
But
they're
that's a Twitter
either
space, bro. That's not the
yo, but here's the thing: you think it's just a Twitter space, but it's on stream, it's in articles, it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere that these people permeate, that's where
Mm.
it's at. So you can't act like it's just Twitter space. No, showing up to the Twitter space is just one part of the problem. Engaging them at all is the entire problem because we got numbers. We are the crypto space.
Yep.
They're fake. They're out here getting people wrecked. We don't got to name the list of names. We've been calling them out for over a year, and the wreckage is here.
Mm.
So we don't have to do anything we don't want to do. And being number one entails acting like it. And the community does not act that way. Never has. And that's been my whole kind of goal and hope is trying to get people to see the light, but they're not seeing it.
Bit of
They
a
rather
pet peeve.
engage bitches like
Mm.
Eric Wall and them. Hey, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. We're not getting anything from that except giving them clicks and follows.
Mm.
That's a fact, not an opinion. To the point that they acknowledged how their numbers got bumped up something crazy when RH came on and then they went flat afterward. They know. That's how stupid they are. They'll sit there and say the shit out loud.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Richard handed them a list of defects in Bitcoin, like
when
all
hasn't
these
he?
double
And we
spanning bugs and all
but
this
we all
stuff.
know the list.
And then Tone Vase was like, yeah, okay, that happened, but it's not a big deal because it was disclosed in a what's the word? In a responsible manner, and and then again, we have no such defect
We got
in
zero.
Hex. We got 0 there. So that's how can you then argue that it's crap? I don't get that. Like,
This is a good question. Now, I don't think there is anybody. So, and if they exist, they're not public. So,
well, he said himself on stream he wants to only push up higher.
there is
So
nobody in crypto that he can debate. I don't
yeah, I
honestly
wish he
think
would
there is.
push higher outside of crypto,
Well,
like
there's nobody on Wall Street who
not
could
with
debate either because
these
them
guys.
fools don't even understand value.
Mm.
They don't understand that money isn't physical in most cases. They really think a unit of account is something tangible. They don't realize it's a variable. And I have these conversations and hear them every day. So again, not an opinion. I'm telling you what's real. So who is out there for us to debate?
Mm.
Nobody. Everybody just got to get wrecked or learn along the way.
Well, one motive could be to try and grab people who are already in
Sure.
crypto and get them to see the light and
I
stop
say,
margin
I
trading.
mean, if it's about debates, I say he has to go debate the Wall Street fools now just to
Mm.
check them off the list because that is how it works. But in
Yeah.
crypto, there is nobody for him to debate in crypto. That party's over.
Well, that Novogratz guy, maybe somebody who has exposure
Nah,
on
nah, he's
CNBC
just a
and stuff.
fucking, he's just another show. He's just another Fake. He's just another furu. He's one of
He's
the
a furu for real. He
yeah,
has the worst
He has
calls.
a
Like,
Luna
oh my
fucking
God.
tattoo on his shoulder. If you don't know, he's a furu. And I thought that was fake. It took me a week to realize that was real because I couldn't believe
Oops.
that was real. But it's real. So
Didn't even know that, but that even totally makes my point. You know.
you guys got to really understand the size of a person's book does not equate to their knowledge, to the capacity for knowledge. It doesn't. Neither is their popularity or none of that. Does it look to you like Elon Musk knows Bitcoin? Doesn't look like it to me,
No.
right? Just like everybody was, all these Bitcoin maxes were on their knees. Yeah, Tesla. Yeah, Visa. Yeah, MasterCard. Yeah, PayPal. What are they doing? Dumping on your heads.
Yep.
Dumbasses, get off your knees. It's not how it works. I mean, these are the same people that people within our community are going out of their way to click on their stuff, and they don't even understand how regular business works. Regular business. They're out here really believing that these fools are going to hold on to their Bitcoin just because they think that they should.
No, it's a number in the balance sheet, and you know.
That's getting dumped, period. That's not fiat. They account for their P&L in dollars, not Bitcoin. Unit of account. Once again, variable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all these things, man, that everybody in the community has to. We're the ones that are going to educate the space. The space is not going to educate itself. It has no interest in that. When you have somebody like RH constantly going out there debating these fools and these fools getting promoted and applauded, how are we winning? When in the public eye, we're being chastised and called scammers and all this other nonsense. So you guys tell me, how are we winning from engaging these fools in their buffoonery? You play a game that's designed for you to lose, you're never going to win. And the crypto game, like I've been saying from day one, is not even crypto. It's fake. So while we're the only ones playing actual crypto, everybody else is living in this reality that's not even crypto. It's fake. It's this made up wannabe Wall Street crap.
Well, the market is definitely highly manipulated. You know,
I mean, we talked about this for a long time. Every time I would go on Nomics and show you guys the flows, right? The money flows, because that's how you dictate that. That's how you determine that. And it's evident now, but it wasn't evident then because I was just talking to myself. But now you guys have seen how they tip the market over, how they keep dumping it, how they run it up, how it's completely tied to the stock market. All these things I've been saying for a long time are now obvious.
Yeah.
It's not just me talking, making up stuff anymore. Now it's obvious because for a long time, I didn't know what I was talking about. Right. And of course, that doesn't apply to everybody, but, you know, people that were naysayers and whatnot.
And they use the media, and the crypto media especially,
100%.
to kind of hide or give reason to how the market is moving. Like all of a sudden you see news like, oh, the India Reserve Funds government manager, whatever that title is, says crypto should be illegal, and then it goes down, you know, like but that's not because of India has something to say there. It's because Wales needed a reason to dump, and
Right.
they use, and then the they prey on the public like that, because if you're inexperienced or a shaky investor, you think, oh shit, India is canceling Bitcoin, let's get out of here, you know, and then that escalates and escalates and escalates, and all of a sudden you have a very steep cliff that the whole market is dropping off, when it didn't even need to be like that. But that's them playing their games, and they have, you know, that big part of the, especially the crypto market. I think they have totally transformed that into a Wall Street 2.0 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole goal. The whole
And
goal,
it's still illiquid, so they can make
do
those
whatever
moves.
they want. Do whatever they want, man. Tip the market their way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why it's important for people to understand. And look,
And
guy
Hex
that,
fixes that.
yeah, it's supposed to. But when you got people that claim to be Hexicans giving me super chats, talking to me, asking me to look at a meme coin, you've clearly never come to my stream before, so don't do that again. Cause you just wasted $5, bro. I'm not. I can't even talk about it. I don't talk about meme coins. I only talk about real crypto.
Yes.
Real crypto. Product market fit. Number one. We ain't just talking about shit because it exists. Because that's how people end up getting wrecked. So that's lesson number one. So yeah, you know, that's one of the reasons I don't talk about projects, right?
Hmm.
What's the point?
Yeah, that was our other topic. All these
Is it done?
projects popping up on post
Like
chain.
a project is fine, right? Like you can have all the projects you want, but you got to understand what's going on. And
Hmm.
the issue I have is that people don't understand that a project means this is software that is not completed yet. So when you're putting your money into that thing, there is risk embedded in that, regardless of what the roadmap shows. The roadmap is not code, right? Like a
Yeah.
roadmap is not code.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand that differentiation, then you probably shouldn't be putting your money in that thing. Now, the messed up thing is that everybody is sold projects, and this is another thing that tripped me out.
Hmm.
Anytime you hear them fools talking, they don't even know the difference between a project and a product.
Yeah, we call that the promise coin space, right?
That's right, promise coin space, because
And
all
that
they're
is even
doing,
existing in the post chain environment when we should know better, you know?
yeah, that's right. And this is why, people think that just because something's on Pulse Chain, I'm gonna talk about it, or just because it's related to
Yeah.
the community, I'm gonna talk
Yeah.
about it. Nah, not gonna talk about it, because if it's not meeting all tenets of crypto as it was intended, there's nothing to talk about. Because why are you putting your money in something that is not finished and can go to zero at any moment in time? Like, why does that even make sense to you?
Yeah. And
That's one of the reasons
all the stuff can
Bitcoin.
rug pull.
Yeah, well, it's not even rug pull. It's software, bro. If it stops working and it just goes to zero and it goes delete, kaput, whatever, it goes haywire. What recourse do you have?
Yeah.
Zero. You got zero. Zero, zero, zero. And I don't think people understand that, because they think it makes sense to put money in projects, but yet they can't read a lick of software, a lick of code,
Mm.
a lick. They
Yeah.
want other motherfuckers to do it for them.
Do it for him. Yeah.
Nah, do it your damn self. I got better shit to do with my damn time. Like what?
Yeah, but imagine going forward, there will be streams like, hey, the next 10 new hottest coins on the pulse
Well,
chain.
that's what
Like we will
permeates the
see that
space.
next year or so, you know.
But that's what permeates the space, right?
Yeah.
That is what permeates the space. And look, again, there's nothing wrong with projects. It's just you got to understand what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. Because
And it's okay to
that's
speculate, but
you can speculate all you want, but
know
you
the
better understand.
risks,
You
you know.
exactly. You
And
better
don't expect
understand that.
us to shill it when we are 100% convinced of the hex price.
Nobody's ever heard me talk about anything that's not a product, unless I'm Dom talking it. So I don't understand why anybody coming up in here asking me to talk about shit coins.
Well, the other end of that argument is they say, and I'm not part of that, but just putting me in their shoes, they say that we shouldn't gatekeep any of these things because
It's
they
not about
bring
gatekeeping.
bring
It's about
allegedly
it's about risk
adoption to pulse
management.
chain.
Yeah, nah, it's about risk management. I'm not out here to have people putting their money where it don't belong.
Mm. But that's
If
what they say.
I don't care what they say, they don't understand risk management. People come to me to learn about stuff, not tell them where to put their money.
Yeah.
So tough shit, right? People think that people's money is a game, but I don't think so, because a lot of people out here working hard for them $20 that
That's
don't
true.
buy them shit anymore.
That's true.
So I don't give a fuck about what other people think about gatekeeping and shit like that. How about you go find another community to vampire attack? How about that?
Mm.
Right? Because if it's all really about crypto, then why do you need this one specific community? Put your shit out and go market it. You want to be a project, be a fucking project. What's your marketing budget? You need one, bitch. You're a project. You ain't no other way for you to promote that bullshit.
But we've seen this before in the community that, you know, new streamers come in, they start to build their following, they get regular viewers, some fans even, they get the followers on Twitter, and then all of a sudden, 8 months in, they're launching their own coin, like, you know, and then
Yeah, I
it
mean,
all
look,
becomes a bit.
I think it's fine for you to do whatever you want,
Yeah,
but I think your intentions better be clear. And if
yeah,
your intentions are not clear, well, you're gonna get lashback regardless, right? So make sure that you are at least on record with your intentions being clear.
yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that. I don't
And
think
that's not that
there's
hard, right? To
no,
do
it's
that.
not. Like you got Hexy, he made a coin. It's specifically not targeted to Hexicans.
Mm,
So nothing wrong with that, right?
yeah,
Then you got the Texan token specifically not targeted to Hexicans.
yeah.
So right, you got all these things that are not targeted to Hexicans.
Because the Texan Coken, they come with their own crowd, even, you know, which.
But it's for fucking Texas, bro.
Yes, sir.
Every Hex,
Yeehaw!
everybody in Hex don't live in fucking Texas. The last time I checked, so seems like okay to me,
They are 500,000 deep in the
right?
community.
So okay then. So I don't see like where the attack vector is there.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking. I don't talk about projects. I'm making a point as to why I don't talk about it. Right? Until this shit's out there, it's trading and it's fucking doing what it's supposed to do. Everybody needs to be in study mode, trying to understand the risks in this software. That's what everybody needs to be doing.
I think what's
Realistically
also
speaking.
difficult at the moment is because they all were banking on the thing that Pulse Chain would be live already by now.
Look, man, everybody was banking on that, and you know what? Tough shit. Ain't how it works. Because unless you're
Well,
building
I
it,
wasn't banking on that, but I
no,
don't
no, no,
also
no.
don't have a
I'm
project
speaking
going,
in
you know?
general. I'm speaking in
Yeah.
general because a
Yeah.
lot of every project, everybody that I know was banking on Pulse Chain being out way before the end of 2021.
Yeah.
Not the case. So you know, and we have no control over it. So all we're really doing is speculating. You can't justify any real strategic move off of a speculative point in time when you really have no idea. So you're just putting yourself in this, dangerous position, I think. Right?
Yeah, but the longer this drags on, the more difficult it becomes because all these admin dev crews or whatever on these various projects, they want to come out with that stuff, and then
I
they
get
may,
it.
but they can't yet because
Yeah.
it's not live.
But
So
that's the
they,
price you pay though, right?
yeah, that's like tough shit. But
Yeah. Because I mean, I think the chain is more important than a project on the chain.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. But these
Yeah.
people have plans. I'm just saying that's why
Oh yeah, of
we
course. I
see
get it. I
we
get it.
see
But
these
that's the problem.
sacrifices going because devs
hmm
probably want to get paid or whatever, and because there has been work put into all these things if
Yeah,
they are
but
legitimate.
that's the funny thing about crypto, right?
Mm,
People don't understand it's not supposed to be an exchange of value for time. That really isn't supposed to be a thing,
yeah.
right? Like all these things with these titles in them. All these cryptos with these organizations above them with titles. That's not a
Mm,
crypto, and they're gonna come for y'all. Period. It doesn't matter what you think, because most people, and this includes all those Bitcoin maxis that were on as spaces yesterday, have no idea what a security is. None of you
mm,
people know what a security is, and if you
mm,
did, you wouldn't be doing the shit you out there doing. When you pull a bunch of money together from a bunch of people and then you
yeah.
put in work, that's a fucking security.
Hmm.
Period. Don't give a fuck what the price chart look like. That's a fucking security.
Yep.
A lot of y'all better take heed to what I just said, because a lot of y'all out there buying securities. You're welcome.
Richard spent, according to him, hundreds of thousands of dollars on legal advice in the run up to the Hex launch, just to be 100%, you know, safe on that front.
Mm-hmm.
To, you know, the Howey test
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know if you know, some of these pulse chain guys jumped through the same
Yeah, and
hoops.
they don't
They
get it.
better do.
They don't get it. They
But
don't get it
some,
because it's very
you know,
simple. It's
that's
very
it's a
simple.
big deal though.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Yeah,
It's a huge deal, and that's why you won't see me talking about projects.
yeah.
Another reason, because it's not in its final form. You don't know what this thing is. You don't
Mhm.
know what you're shilling. And next thing you know, it's down 50%, 80% in one day. You had no advance warning. And all of a sudden, some headline come out, SEC, blah, blah, blah. What? It was all good just a week ago. Like, nah, we got to do better than that because this is people's livelihoods on the line. And I take it seriously. I'm not going to have people out there making no kind of move based on what I'm saying. Like, if there's some type of safety net, like this ain't Hex. Hex is the only thing like that. And I've been saying that for a long time.
But why is that? Because you care about your audience. You don't want to, you know, mislead. You don't want to get them in trouble, right? I
Well,
mean,
here's
that
the thing,
is,
man. We all come from that point, from that side of the table.
yes.
I remember being the guy that didn't know anything, that was looking for information,
Mhm.
that was trying to find out what the hell was going on, why, who, what, where, why, right? I was
Yep.
that guy. I was trying
Yep.
to learn,
Yeah.
and I remember all the BS. I remember it, and there's a lot more BS than there should be. You ain't getting that from me.
It's
I'm
funny.
sorry.
Remember that was kind of the first DM I ever sent you 2 years ago. I was like, "Yo, if we're out on these streams, we better be about."
Oh, I think you cut out, bro. Your German internet got you. You better tell Deutsche Telekom to hook it up.
Mic check 1 2. Am I
There
there?
we go. There we go.
Damn. I was just saying that was probably the first direct message I ever sent you, like 1.5 years ago. That when we're out on these streams, we better be about what we're putting out there, you know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because,
And
people's
and we've
money.
kept it to that all along. So,
Yeah, 100%. It's a must.
but these guys in the spaces don't. And isn't it funny that Celsius, looking at it now in hindsight from everything that went down in the past couple of months, really turned the next BitConnect,
Yeah,
in
you
my
chopping
view.
up again, bro.
What is it with my internet? Is it the
Mm.
sound or is it just
I don't know if it's the sound of your internet, but it goes in and out. It's not like staticky or anything. I'm not hearing you right now if you're trying to talk. It sounds extra quiet. I'm not hearing nothing. Maybe unplug and plug back in. Nope, there we go. Got some noise.
Oh, that's weird though. Am I back?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, now it's back. Oh yeah, my whole page. Back.
Chopping up now. All the way for Cryptomatic to get right. Uh, yeah, all good, brother. We all learn with time. Appreciate the super chats though. But next time, man, just don't. You don't even gotta send them. We don't really need that here. Appreciate you though. Now let's see if I missed any good comments. Sorry guys, 'cause my hands are busy over here. Yeah, I mean we don't know. We don't know. It ain't looking too good in terms of time for now. But we'll figure it out as time goes on. Because at the end of the day, this is just one of the problems of dealing with software. It's just not cut and dry. Because once you move one thing, it's like a bed, right? With bed sheets. Once you move one of the sheets, everything else is moving too. So everything else got to be right with respect to that move. So that's why software is so difficult. If one thing has changed, a lot of other things get changed. And Cryptomatic, you there? I hear stuff. I hear clicking, and it ain't me. So gotta be you, bro.
Okay, now I should be back.
Yeah, I hear you. So you know that's kind of the so that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles. You gotta really be aware of what you're doing, why you're doing it. Like intention is a real thing, and if you're not living with that, you know you're gonna find yourself making decisions that you didn't even intend to make. Right? Like you trying to get paid, but all of a sudden you're losing money. How the fuck did that happen? That wasn't part of the plan. That's because you weren't thinking your actions through. That's honestly all it is. And this is typically what happens when you rush through your decision making process. You know, I literally did a stream on getting control of your head so you can make the right decisions. You know, reach out to that lady, Sandra Lawson, because she really helped me get my shit right. Like it's the little things that really help you get further along. It seems like it's the big things, but it's really the little things. So you guys go watch that stream because it was very, very seminal. Having your head right is the most important thing. There's nothing more valuable than that. Oh, we lost Crypto King. I didn't even notice that. Guess this stuff is really not working today. If he jumps back on, I'll throw him back on. But I guess I'll give it 10 more minutes. I know Jim Rat already started. But yeah, just kind of understand the landscape, right? We are number one. If we don't start acting like it, we're never going to be number one. We keep acting like Bitcoin is something to address, then what is Hex? Ethereum is not even like Ethereum is trying to copy what we're doing. Ethereum is trying to copy what Hex already is. And they still haven't figured it out. That's why there is no ETH 2.0, assuming that that's why. So, you know, keeping all those things in mind, when are we going to start acting like we are the top? Because we're not acting like that right now. So how are we ever going to be number one when all these other fools think they can determine where our space is when they can't? Because that's part and parcel of the problem, yes? We keep trying to find ways to interject ourselves into their reality when our reality is reality. Their reality is non-reality. This is not Inception, but that's what's going on. And these are the things that we got to keep in mind. Because where are we going to go if we keep letting them dictate where we stand, where we fall? Not going anywhere, folks. We're going to stay right where we're at. Man, I don't think that's what any of us want. So if you see something ain't working, then it's probably high time you find another way to do what you're trying to accomplish. And this community has a hard time wrapping their head around that. So stop resorting to thinking that crypto folk have anything of value to add to our reality, because they don't. Because they don't even live in crypto. They live in fake Wall Street. That's where they live. They don't even understand that this is the ground floor of the new financial system. And you think that their opinions are valid enough to click on anything that they have going on. Even if Richard is there. Not necessary. They are the ones that need to freaking go there and watch that crap. Not us. It's not about not supporting Richard. It's about not supporting them. Richard already knows he has our full support. We don't need to be giving them any additional clicks that they are clearly not going to do anything to benefit us on the part of. Never. So it's something you guys got to think about. A lot of people won't agree with what I'm saying, but that's where I stand. I don't see any value add in us engaging the fake crypto space. We need to punch outside of their little echo chamber. And as I've been saying from day one, talk to the real world. The real world needs to know about Hex, not the fake crypto space, because they're dead set on getting rich in one day. They're dead set on getting rich in one day. That's what trading and all the ref links is about. Make sure you give them all the views that they need, because that's all they're doing, getting you to do just that. You there, bro?
Yes.
Well, we're about to hop off anyway because I forgot Jim Rat is on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're about to.
Yeah, sorry, I had to literally restart.
Oh, good. I figured.
The internet in the whole street.
Yeah, I figured.
Everything just dropped. So sorry about that.
All good, bro. All good. But yeah, I was just, saying that if we don't start acting like number one, we're never going to be number one. Giving them fools numbers is giving them power. And we're the ones with the numbers. So we need to stop giving it to them. Richard already knows we support him 100%. We don't need to be showing up to these lame duck live streams that are being pre-recorded, acting like there's some superfluous information in there that we're not privy to already.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to be number one, we better act like it. Still not there yet. So something, we as a community need to consider and think about, because it ain't going to happen because we asked them to make it happen, because they're not going to make it happen. And I think you guys need to wake up to that fact, because it's not going to work that way. They own it. It's theirs. They're not going to give it to you. I don't know when y'all going to figure that out. Holy shit. But, that's really all I got to say about that, bro. You can say what you got to say too.
No, I agree, and I think that we're on the rise up again. I think I hope that the bottom is in, and that we're up for some good times, and especially everything that has evolved in the crypto space badly in the past couple.
Lost you again, bro.
Right thing, dealing with the right product, and it's just nothing but blue skies ahead going forward. I also seen today on that stats website, the Apex win, that these, for ages we had these 30-day rolling stakes, millions of hex where it just stakes for 60 days. I think those have come down significantly, which would also mean a lot less sell pressure going forward. I'm just very excited about what's to happen. We just need to keep it focused, keep our act together, and be one as a community.
Yeah, I mean, we got nothing but blue skies ahead. That's for sure. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, nothing's changed with the code, and that's the whole point.
True.
Yeah, nothing's changed with the code. That's the whole point. Everybody's still getting paid as desired and stuff like that. So, we're looking good as always. I just wish the community would value itself a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Than it does. That's really my only gripe. Besides that, we're still kicking ass and taking names. I mean, that's what we do every day, whether we want to or not, because we just do things the right way. And
we run these crypto streets.
That's it, baby. That's it. So with that, we're going to check out. And thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all go be sure to check out Jim Rat. Yeah, we'll check you guys out later. Peace.
All right.
Right? The reality is that I want to be rich as fuck. There's only one way to be rich as fuck. That's by sitting on your ass the longest. Yep. That's it. Yep. That's the secret. The Godwell told you. Richard done told you. I done told you. Kareem done told you. Maddie done told you. Everybody done told you. Everybody done told you. Shit, motherfuckers still acting like they don't know. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
100% safe. There's plenty of games left.
Valiant done told you. Yo, everybody said it. Man, hey, you know what it is, man? Everybody done told you. Y'all deep. Everybody.